Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today on our webcast. We're going to talk about, I guess, the convention season has begun.
Yeah,
Bit of
did
a,
you did you watch the opening night
I,
yesterday?
I did
Yeah.
quite something.
Yeah, so the party outside of the White House will normally go first. So the GOP is this Monday through Thursday, and then the Democrats will air their
Right.
convention at the end of August.
So they had some excitement though when they had one of Trump's first rallies
Are you talking about
all
the one
over the news.
on the weekend?
What a way to start.
Well, yeah, it's fascinating because I'm watching the betting odds on this race. And before that just horrific incident on the weekend took place, the gamblers were betting with a 60% probability that Trump will be elected.
Mhm.
And that's now at 70%.
Right.
I guess the best precedent for that was when Ronald Reagan was shot in 1981. And his polls went up about 10% right after. I
Mhm.
didn't check to see how long that lasted, though. I mean, we're in mid-July, the election's in November, but I think Biden's been in trouble for quite a while. By the way, those same gamblers, they were betting that Biden would drop out of the race, not so much anymore. That's quieted
Right.
down.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, I heard something about him getting into like a physical routine regimen, all kinds of things, trying to get into shape.
well, don't hurt yourself. That might not be such a good idea.
Right, right. Yeah,
How
trying to
fascinating, though.
strengthen it up, get
Yeah,
fit.
but we
But
wanted to
anyways,
go
yeah,
ahead.
the market, this absolutely has impact on the market, which rallies between conventions and convention season and inauguration.
Right, which is
So
January the 20th.
yeah. So from, I guess, now till January the 20th, we're going to see some volatility and maybe some buying opportunities.
Yeah, some people think that what happens politically is does not impact the market. It absolutely does because it creates an element of uncertainty, and with uncertainty comes volatility. So we use it to buy stocks on weakness.
Mhm. And
We'll
we
write
also
it.
looked at some historical numbers too, Jeff. We pulled up from 1968 going forward,
Yep.
and there was, I guess, instances where 11 out of 14 were the market was on an upswing of approximately 6%.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
the 2% that were down was due to like the dot-com crisis, the financial crisis. So nothing to do with politics.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hey, if the market rallies 6% between now and January the 20th, I think you want to be long the market and
Hmm.
any opportunity to buy on the dip, you will do
Right.
so.
Yeah.
We wanted to go back to 1968 because I found it so fascinating, and I didn't think about it until we were writing this. The similarities between the 1968 general election and this one today, they're fascinating. So in 68, the Democratic incumbent, who's Lyndon Johnson, decided not to run again. And now today, there's questions, will this Democrat incumbent run? And then when you got to and by the way, in between, I didn't want to even use the word assassination, but then I mean, if you watched the convention yesterday or any mainstream outlet today, they're
Hmm.
mentioning it every minute.
Hmm.
So I thought it was
Well,
classy not to mention it, but now I feel, what the hell? But
yeah.
there wasn't
It's
there was
everywhere.
an assassination in 1968. And then when they got to the Democratic convention, the victor, who was Hubert Humphrey, faced a lot of public opposition from members of his own party, and then he didn't win. Um,
Mm.
these are for totally the circumstances were totally different than today, but they were just, oh, and the biggest comparison, it was in Chicago, and there was a riot. There was a lot of strife between the police and the Democratic delegates. And anyways, they've only been back to Chicago twice since
Mhm.
1968. So
Okay.
let's hope it's peaceful, but
Yeah.
time will tell, won't it?
Yes,
So
definitely.
okay, so we've got favorable seasonals on our side. And in addition to that, we believe that you'll have a Federal Reserve cutting rates
Right.
3 times between now and Inauguration Day. The
Yeah.
market is pricing in with a 100% probability that there will be a cut on the 18th of September. It's pricing in then another cut at the next meeting on November 7th. That is after the election, but it's the same week. And then a third cut is being priced in on December the 18th.
So up until November then, because at that time we might see a little bit of flux in prices in the stock market.
Mhm.
So until then, we might have some buying opportunities,
Yeah,
a little
anything.
more volatility.
Yeah, we've got a list of stocks that we buy for clients. We've got 25 names on there now, and we're constantly assessing, are these the 25 we want?
Mhm.
So if we see something that looks more attractive, we could swap one name for another, but we're watching the whole market to see, you know, what happens.
Right.
You'll probably see the renewables sell off if Trump's polling results stay strong. Because when Biden was elected, there was great optimism that the renewables would receive favorable fiscal policy, and they did, but then interest rates went up, so the situation changed. But
Hmm.
it's fair to suspect that that might be one sector under pressure.
Right. Yeah.
So
And we've
okay,
discussed
so
that. Yeah.
convention week is well, this will air on Thursday. So if you're watching Thursday, tonight's your last night to tune in.
Okay.
All right,
All right.
okay. Thanks, honey.
Talk to you later.